Phew! Is it just me, or is there something going on between those two? Will Green Lantern ever admit to his feelings? Will Hawkgirl ever stop sublimating her passions with that big honkin' mace? Will true love conquer all? Not on my show.
The Secret Origins Podcast, Episode 10. Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Secret Origins Podcast. I'm your host, DFG and Mike, and joining me as usual is, yet again, another sick Lupis convoy.
Hey everybody.
Yes, he's going to try his best to not sound sick, but he's dying over there, and I don't want people to think I'm a stickler and, basically that I have a whip cracking in his back saying, do this damn podcast, do it now!
Yes, he does.
No, I don't. Shut up.
Today he beats me and then he puts me in the cage. And then if I'm not good, he gets the hose.
No comment. Anyways, today we'll be reviewing 4 more stories from Justice League. So, other than being sick, how are you, sir?
I'm dealing with a sadistic math teacher. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not being the whiny cry college student. I was 5 minutes late, and my teacher took a half-gallon sized bag of D12s, dumped them on the table, and said, "Congratulations, make equations out of the results."
You might want to explain to the audience what a D12 is.
Oh, come on. It's a geek podcast, and people don't know what a D12 is?
Well, I don't, so explain it, damn it.
It's a 12-sided die. So the results that you roll are going to be 1 through 12.
Oh, okay, so it's something hard and just stupid and math is evil and can die in a fire.
Yes. Oh God, yes. Our teacher had assigned 80 pages of math homework in 2 days. I was not the only student going, holy crap, what? I don't even have the book yet, excuse me?
Wow, that's horrible.
But on the DC, since we are dealing with DC stuff, the DC front, I am a bad boy. I haven't gotten my comics this week. But my other half's wall of toys has grown exponentially, and my Blackest Night figures are no longer on the wall. We have a wall of DCU figures now. All DCU, all the time. And I'm
surprised you guys didn't try to go on eBay to find those C2E2 exclusive. What is it? It was a Chicago, not Chicago Comic-Con, but it was some entertainment expo in Chicago had C2E2 exclusive of Black Lantern Hal Jordan and White Lantern Sinestro.
I'm not even going to try to go for those. But I did get my new little pride and joy, the little super deformed Guy Gardner figure from the Brave and the Bold that hasn't been released yet. And it is a stolen Chinese toy, so that kind of puts me with my other podcast friends. So maybe if I get the gumption and want to take him out of his little case, I will do a YouTube review. How do you do a YouTube review of like something that has only 4 parts of articulation? It's like reviewing a Power Ranger toy.
Yeah.
So what about you, good sir?
Well, as we are recording this episode, it is June 1st, 2010. The GeekCast radio network is celebrating 1 year. We are now 1 year old. Last June on the 1st, we launched the network. Today is also the anniversary of TuneCast, the 1 year anniversary of TuneCast. next week on the 10th will be, not next, is it next week? I don't know. Whenever the hell June 10th is, that will be the 1-year anniversary for ToyCast. I'm trying to get people together for that. So far I've got a potential yes from Protoman, so that's always good. Let's see, what else? Not much. After ToyCast episode 60 comes out, that show is going to go on hiatus for a little while. I need to be financially responsible and not buy toys until August. So, thank God I have BBTS pre-orders that come out in August.
Which ones?
War for Cybertron Prime, 2 of them. War for Cybertron Soundwave, 2 of them. Japanese animated Rodimus, 2 of them.
I heard that one isn't Crystal in the 2-pack.
The 2-pack is Crystal. The original
I heard it
one
wasn't. I heard that it was just the Optimus that was Crystal.
I don't know.
Which bummed me out, because I don't want to buy just the
I can't.
Crystal Optimus.
I canceled the order on the 2-pack, the Crystal set, the Crystal Clear set. I'm only getting the whatever the Japanese Rodimus, the regular figure. I'm not getting the 2-pack because I found out that the Optimus that they used is not the fucking Voyager, it's the fucking Deluxe Earth mode, and I don't want that. Do not want. Let's see what else is going on. Not much, really. I don't think so.
I got my car. That's
good. At least you can get around now. You know.
Sure.
For a second there, I was thinking you had to stick your leg out in the middle of for a ride.
Actually, I got a funny story about that. So,
is this the story you were going to tell me on Twitter? Because I was going to ask you about that. You said something about LOL. Something LOL about. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, well, actually, at the DMV, I went to get a vanity plate.
Yeah.
They told me that I shouldn't go with my nickname of Lupis, Lupis, which is Latin, because people would misconstrue that as Lupus, the disease.
Yeah.
But I got pulled over by a police officer. Mind you, I don't get pulled over that often. But if people know of my father, he is adrenaline junkie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's other type of junkie. But my mom as well is Little Miss Adrenaline Junkie, so I've got a lead foot on both sides. So I have 2 lead feet. I got pulled over by a cop back in January of last year. Had a big problem with a speeding ticket, and I got pulled over because the police officer thought I had no inspection done on my car. And it turned out it was the same cop, and he said, "Oh, I remember you. It's really great to see you. Glad to see you driving again. Glad I could pull you over." And I'm thinking, you're pulling me over, but you're not getting any money out of me this time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was something else I was supposed to tell you, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. You sent me a message on Twitter. It says something about LOLs, some big LOL thing. I'll tell you about it later. I don't even remember.
I have to go through my Twitter feed.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm not even going to try to pull it up. We can add it at the end if we need to. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm actually glad we only have episode 11 will be the big Star-Crossed review, and then episode 12 will be the season 2 recap. So we only have 2 more episodes before we can go unlimited. So I'm really happy about that because honestly, I'm tired of just seeing this one part of the DVD set.
I'm tired of the opening.
Yeah, I'm just getting tired of it. So. Alright, well, we are going to get into some episodes.
And now, for your ultimate halftime entertainment. Her last 2 albums have gone triple platinum, and she's here tonight to sing her smash hit, Gimme Gimme All Your Love, from her newest album, Underbelly. Ladies and gentlemen, Shayna Squires!
attention. We've come to this arena because it's where the strong routinely defeat the weak. How you so-called higher primates revel in that. Yet outside these walls, you do everything you can to shackle the mighty and prevent them from fulfilling their destiny. That's all about to end. Just a small demonstration of our might. Not convinced? There's more. There they are. Your heroes, who violate every law of nature by coddling the weak and powerless. We say it's time for a new order, but it can't arise until the old one departs. Ready for your close-up, Mr. Hagen?
Why'd he do that?
Of course. The Martian tricked us. You froze the wrong one.
Grodd's been messing with our minds.
Great. How do we fight it?
We get over it, that's how.
This isn't exactly the show I had in mind, but in a way it's going to be even better. Don't forget your training.
Get him. This time I got the right one.
Never learn, do you?
Actually, I have learned a few things.
Antifreeze anyone?
Please, no jokes. Just get her.
Really?
You wouldn't hit a woman, would you?
I would.
I knew this wouldn't work. I knew it!
I could have what? Thanks. That's a wrap.
First up, we've got Secret Society. And in part 1, after Jean Jones and Green Lantern fail to capture Shade from stealing a computer chip, the League decides that they need to train. Shade was able to escape thanks to Giganta, who picked him up on a Hummer. He soon finds out that Gorilla Grodd and Giganta, who is fiercely loyal to Grodd, had formed the Secret Society. All members had their own motivations, and they included Shade, who was offered a chance by Grodd to be a master criminal, Sinestro, who was sworn a blood oath against all Green Lanterns, Killer Frost, who was there simply to kill, and Parasite, who wanted revenge against Superman. In its formation, Grodd took pains to encourage a more cohesive organization in order to avoid infighting of Lex Luthor's Injustice Gang. His first plan was to rescue Clayface from Morgan Edge's mansion where Killer Frost froze Morgan. Grodd tells Clayface that he'll help him find a way to return Clayface to his true identity of Matt Hagen after they defeat the Justice League. The Secret Society defeated the Justice League the first time they met, but Grodd decided to spare them since killing them in a warehouse is not classy enough. The Justice League then starts blaming each other for their faulty performance, questioning the League's effectiveness and purpose. The episode ends with all members walking away in different directions.
I don't know how much of Batman the Animated Series you've watched, and I obviously know that you know who Clayface is, but as far as in the DC animated continuity, Matt Hagen was an actor, and I'm sure this is what he is in the comics as well, but he was an actor that had some sort of accident, and he was using this Renew You cream that Roland Daggett had come up with. Well, apparently he refused to do a job for Daggett, and they force-fed him this cream, which turned him into Clayface. This is the first time we've seen Clayface, I believe, since Batman the Animated Series. I don't think he was in Batman Beyond. I know Ink was his Batman Beyond version, but that's a whole other story. The opening music is very epic. I really like that. And I'm talking about not the episode, not the title card stuff. I'm talking about like when you first see that prequel part of the episode. I really, really like that. Poor GL. Looks like a friend of ours is back in business. Shade. I keep forgetting.
I like the line that John had when Shade's henchmen are all firing at him, and it's just phasing through him, and he just goes, "Finished." The best line for the invulnerability check.
Yeah. I think when Shade is switching his eyeglass, because he switches it to make it some sort of targeting thing or something or other. I thought that was kind of cool.
It's not just a fashion accessory.
Yeah, it's kind of like the tiara in the Better World. It's not just an accessory; it's a weapon too.
Did you catch the license plate on Giganta's car? It said Big Boned.
Yeah, I did catch that. I don't know. This next statement of mine is probably gonna create a lot of havoc. But I'm heavier than I look. While that may be true, in former gorilla form aside, Giganta is sexy as hell.
I can't argue that.
Well, you're not really into that, so. But I'm just saying, it's like, and the thing is about Giganta, her voice actress is Jennifer Hale. Jennifer Hale voiced Black Cat in the 1994 Spider-Man series, which
that's why she sounded so.
In that role, Jennifer Hale in the Black Cat role in the Spider-Man series, she just oozes sexuality.
It just comes out in Giganta.
Oh.
Just oozes out that much that it comes out in other characters.
Exactly.
I like that.
Okay.
The sound that happened when they were training. It was just like, I'm heavier than I look.
Yeah.
And then you hear, slam!
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. When the Justice League is training. Okay, Superman heat rays Lex, Brainiac, and Darkseid. But he just punches Mixie? Oh, come on. That's awesome, but still.
That I like that. The fact that he just slams Mix.
Yeah.
Mix up like Mixie. Mr. Mixie.
Yeah, Mixius Pidlick.
Okay, you try to say that 5 times fast.
Mixius Pidlick. No, it's not going to happen. I can't even say it twice. Zeta Robots. I don't know if you've ever seen the Zeta Project, but...
Projects?
Huh?
Yeah. I remember the spin-off.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch it, but I do
Yeah,
remember
it's a spin-off of Batman Beyond. One of Shade's greatest lines in this episode, "This just gets better and better." Now, you know he was looking up Giganta's skirt.
Yep.
Oh, wow. My next line is about Batman on the training. I actually ripped this out, and I sent it to my phone, and I made it my ringtone for people I don't want to talk to. Happy? Call me when it's important and not before.
Yep. And Diana looked absolutely pissed when he said that, too. When he ended up, destroying all those bots by himself.
Yep.
It was like, you took all the fun away.
Yeah, Flash is like, that was my bad guy. What the hell? Oh, crap.
I'm not the mind reader, am I?
Yeah, really. Why the hell does Morgan Edge have Clayface? And furthermore, who the fuck is Morgan Edge that he would have Clayface?
He was the collector. Think about it. If you're a collector of rare oddities, what would you do to have your own supervillain in a collection?
Yeah, that's kind of true. That's almost kind of like, what would you do to have Peter Cullen on ice?
I wouldn't.
Oh, come on. Everybody wants Peter Cullen on ice to recycle Transformers lines for the next 200 years.
No, I wouldn't. I know you can't fix when someone's in cryostasis. So.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze proved that. Anyway.
Here I was thinking Walt Disney.
Uh-huh?
The urban myth about Walt Disney being frozen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking you were talking about one of the movies.
No.
Batman replying to Clayface. Wish I'd thought of that. Oh, wait. I did.
I did. The superhero cat fight?
Yeah. That was awesome.
It's not just the men you stuck up. Beep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I know he's the goddamn Batman, but that punch from Clayface's hammer mold thing should have hurt him, maybe even killed him. I mean, there are so many moments in the DCAU where Batman should be dead.
But it's a goddamn Batman.
Yes, I'm going to have to track this statement later on in the episode, but I gotta say, so far out of the entire series, that this had to be the best cliffhanger ending.
It was in the ending where Jean is talking to everyone. He said, "I've already lost a family," and you're expecting him to be like this whole rallying cry to get everyone back together. And it's like, "Oh, I can live without you." What? Think of the children.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that quote? Not so easy for loners, sociopaths, and psychos.
Oh, yeah.
It works for the Justice League.
Yep.
Just saying. Just putting that out there.
So what do you got for this first part here?
I think I've been covering it all.
Yeah, we've been kind of going back and forth.
What is it? But we're not all equal. Superman saying that to the rest of the league. And I was like, well, I could just see Batman being there and be like, oh, really? Kryptonite, bitch!
Yeah, but you can't. Kryptonite is... God, Transformers fans and DC fans alike are going to hate me for this, but Kryptonite is basically the DC's version of the Matrix of Leadership, honestly. It is such a plot device.
A MacGuffin?
Yeah, MacGuffin plot device, whatever the hell you want to call it. But Superman has a valid point. He is arguably the most powerful out of the 7 in the cartoon. And he holds that back. I mean, what would happen if Bruce Timm and company had made Superman basically God modded him to where he had every single power that, 10 times what it is shown in this show. He would basically rule it all. I mean, it'd pretty much be a better world all over again. But they did, they figured out a way to get his powers, there are certain times in Justice League where he goes off. But, he controls it very well. But he does have a point. He can take the most damage out of all of them.
But at the same time, there's also other characters that are just as strong, just as invulnerable.
Not the Flash.
Too. Not the Flash, but Wonder Woman's right up there with him. Martian Manhunter is just as strong, just as fast. So
the only advantage that Jean has over Superman is the whole phasing thing, to where stuff won't hit him.
And the telepathy.
Okay, well, yeah, but I was thinking more of physical, taking a beating versus mental stuff.
True.
I don't know what it is about this one. I think I have a note about it in the second part, so why don't we get to that?
Oh, wait, I got one more. I thought there was a reason I liked the Shade, and I know now, because he is intelligent enough to know that things aren't going to work out if you get in a supergroup, and he isn't dumb enough to go for the same thing over and over again. As he pointed out, it didn't work out with Lex. He's happy to be just a single guy.
And I actually
bite off more than he can chew.
I had to look this up because he says in the episode, "It doesn't work. I've tried it twice." Now I remembered in Justice Gang, I was like, "What do you mean fucking twice?" So I had to actually go through the DCAU wiki and find out. And he was in fury with what's her nuts, the Amazon chick, and the rest of them.
Right.
And I'm thinking, okay, alrighty then. But go ahead.
So part 2, the Flash tries to track Shade, but walks into a trap and is captured by Sinestro. Yay, Sinestro! Batman is captured as well after he tries to rescue Flash. The rest of the League is eventually captured in their training facility with the exception of Green Lantern, who follows his captured comrades to a trap. The League is taken to a stadium in Gotham City to be executed in front of a crowd, but are saved by J'onn J'onzz, who happens to be impersonating Clayface. He releases his captured friends, and the League battles the Secret Society. The League is victorious in the end, but realize that they have some issues that still need to be worked on. That was really short.
Yeah.
So your thoughts, sir?
Yeah. Oh, yes. We get a final word on what happened to Grodd at the end of Brave and the Bold. Which, we kind of knew, we kind of saw at the end of that, but we get a final word as far as I like how they kept the continuity of that. Finally, after 2 fucking seasons, Hawk Girl calls GL out on his asshole-ish military personality.
But she likes his asshole-ish military personality most of the time.
But still, I don't think that... I know that John Stewart has had arguments with the Leaguers in the past 2 seasons, but I don't think anyone's directly called him out on being an asshole. And, again, 2 weeks in a row, I wish I had the Admiral Akbar thing. It's a trap!
It's a trap!
And once again, I know you're gonna hate this, but I can make my Hot Wings joke again because when Superman does the heat vision, he cooks Hot Girl's wing.
Okay, see, I figured the Hot Wing sex comments would be coming on the last episode.
No.
I beat you to it.
Well, it's time to reheat them frozen barbecue wings. Need some sauce with that? Well, it's when Killer Frost freezes her wings.
Yep.
The two. I wrote a note down about the J'onn versus Clayface fight, and Clayface turns into J'onn. I made this little note again with the mixing of genres, and I spelled. I spelled John's name like you spell it. And then I just put A-R-R-A-S. Could Parasite's draining... honestly, if anyone, but I really picked it up on Wonder Woman. Could Parasite's draining of Wonder Woman be constituted as sexual harassment?
Ooh, that's a good point. I was thinking that... does Parasite absorb life energy or just energy in general?
He absorbed. Yeah, it's life energy. I think when he showed up in Superman the Animated Series, it was life energy.
So wouldn't he be turning her back into like
Clay?
I
don't know. Not really sure. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. One of Grodd's lines. Then the real fun begins. Oh, jeez.
See, Clay.
Grodd.
So Grodd is got to be the stereotypical like James Bond villain. When everyone else in the group is telling him, "Hey, just kill them now. Hey, just kill them now." Or even Clayface is like, "Remember all those like spy movies I used to be in? Remember how the villains always used to let the heroes live? This is going to end up like one of these movies. Kill them when we can."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, so Grodd messes with all their minds. Now, granted, they're not under mind control. He just brings out the feelings that they have deep inside about each other. Okay? And then he sets up a football stadium battle royale. Oh my god, really? That's the best you can fucking do?
He's got like a camera following them around all the time,
yeah.
Right? How is it isn't until like this episode that they finally notice it there?
Well, I don't think it's been... I don't...
It was in the first part.
Yeah.
And Superman didn't like notice, oh hey, there's this little whirring electronic sound coming somewhere?
Yeah, that's true. The first one to notice it was GL when he captured one of them. And my last note... Finger flicking good, and the field goal.
God, that was awesome. That was frickin' awesome.
And
that was flicking awesome.
Yeah, and the field goal is good. The Justice League win.
It was just like,
boom.
And he didn't even need to punch him. It was just a flick.
And see, that goes back to my argument about earlier with Superman. You know,
that's all it would take.
He has all this power, and they kind of, even though, all right, season 2 they pretty much beefed him up, and he's not the wimp that he was in season 1 as far as taking the first shot, but you know he has all this power, and you have to figure out a way to have him fit in with the rest of the other 6 Leaguers, because technically Superman could take all these guys on himself.
Oh well. I don't know. I don't think he could take on Diana.
No.
And the only reason I say that is because her powers are based off of magic.
No, I'm talking about the villains. I'm not talking about the other Leaguers.
Because Sinestro's would be technology. Giganto, I'm assuming, is technology as well. What about Shade? Is that technology, or is that...
It's not really magic. I mean, I guess you could consider it magic, but all he does is put people in a dark dimension, or a dark shroud. I mean, it's kind of like, you know... It's kind of like throwing a red cape over a fucking black bull. I mean, seriously. It's like, charge, El Toro! I don't know. I honestly don't know. What do you have for this one?
Oh, let's see. If I turn the page right. Yeah, I was looking at the notes for Hereafter for some reason. The mental powers actually coming from the Flash. That was nice. You're no Batman. Like against the when they were talking about the Flash. We actually see the Flash being effective for once, even on his own. The fact that we see the Flash or pseudo Flash saying, "Yo."
Oh yeah, you played your part up too much, yo.
Too much. Yo. I put down Mace to the face for Killer Frost.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
Did nobody watch Men in Black?
No.
You always got to look out for that little girl.
Yeah.
It's nice to see some villains that are actually smart, saying not to overestimate or underestimate the opposition. We've got this girl I think her name was Shayna or Shauna. I don't know if it was supposed to be a spin-off of Shania Twain and Britney Spears, But if you notice, she doesn't actually sing. Very much like the people that she's supposed to emulate.
Yeah, she was supposed to emulate Britney Spears, I think, really more than Shania Twain. But I don't know.
It was really freaky to see the Flash start to suffocate Killer Frost by sucking all the oxygen out. Like, I was kind of like, wow, he would really do that? The Flash? Really? Wow. The fact that Superman's ostracized at the end for everything that he said.
Yeah.
And that how the team is looking at it, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, overall, out of the ones we're going to review today, I can firmly say this is my least favorite. It's just, where was that note? Where the hell? I could have. Oh no, it's in here. It's in Hereafter. Never mind. But yeah, this one, it was alright. Wasn't the best. It was nice to see Powers Booth back as Grodd, but and he'll come back again once we go unlimited. But yeah. Alright, I guess we are gonna move on.
Previously on Justice League.
Replenishing our forces.
A new member? Who?
When you got Lobo on your team, who needs Superman?
Next up, we have Hereafter. Part 1, a group of supervillains are gathered around plotting to take their revenge on Superman. They arrange an ambush for the Man of Steel by attacking Metropolis. They battle the rest of the Justice League, but when Superman arrives, Toyman reveals his secret weapon, a giant toy robot equipped with a disintegrator beam. Toyman fires several times, and sections of the city disappear without a trace. Superman evades the beams, but Toyman takes aim at Batman and Wonder Woman. Superman throws himself in front of them and takes the blast, disappearing without a trace. Shocked, the League and the world must accept what seems the impossible. Superman is dead. Dun, dun, dun. The only person who refuses to believe it is Batman. He analyzes evidence from the battle, insisting that it is impossible for objects to disappear without a trace, citing the law of conservation of mass. He coldly snubs the invitations of Alfred and the other Leaguers to attend Superman's funeral in Metropolis. At Superman's funeral, the attendants include the League, minus Batman, the staff of the Daily Planet, Jonathan and Martha Kent, which, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, several world leaders, superheroes, and to Lois Lane's outraged Lex Luthor, who expressed that he too would miss his greatest enemy. J'onn J'onzz pronounces a eulogy, and the League ceremonially inters a coffin in a monument. Holding a wake for Superman in the Watchtower, the League swaps stories about him, and then J'onn tentatively proposes adding a new member. Suddenly, dun dun dun, Lobo crashes through the window. Announcing, oh boy, I can tell you don't like Lobo, announcing that he is there to take Superman's place. When the League orders him out, he decides to quote-unquote audition by tearing the Watchtower apart and attacking them. To hold them off, they hold him off, and then hear that dozens of supervillains are running amok in Metropolis, celebrating Superman's death in their own fashion. The League reluctantly brings Lobo along as they go to fight. Investigating another of his theories, Batman follows a trail to Superman's memorial. Finding nothing, he wonders if he's wrong, and Superman really is dead. Alone, he addresses the monument, telling Clark that despite their differences, he has always respected him, and that he will miss him, but his tribute is interrupted by a nearby explosion. Batman takes off to combat the attacking supervillains. The League attacks with difficulties subduing the rogue villains. Lobo makes himself useful in his own fashion, beating Calabac into submission and beyond with a car and causing plenty of destruction in the process. To a downcast League, he exults, "When you got Lobo on your team, who needs Superman?" The scene dissolves to a barren landscape where Superman is seen unconscious under some rubble and a red sun. Dun dun dun! Let's see. Really? A cult? This is just another secret injustice gang society. That's all it is.
But it's clandestine now.
I don't care. And a lot of the voice actors, like Weather Wizard, yeah, Weather Wizard and Livewire's voices have changed since Superman the Animated Series. Corey Burton actually provides the voices of Weather Wizard, Metallo, and Toyman. I'm not sure who replaced Livewire's voice. The guy who originally voiced Parasite apparently passed away, so obviously they would have to get that one recast, but I like the original voices for Livewire, Weather Wizard, Metallo, and this Toyman's not so bad. I can kind of get by with him, because Toyman was only in like one or two Superman the Animated Series episodes, I think, so yeah, whatever. Stalling Calabac. You couldn't have taken Batman either.
That was nice.
Yeah. Superman go bye-bye. No. I don't know if this is. I know it's because Batman is grieving or whatever he's trying. Maybe he's not grieving. Maybe he's just trying to figure something out. But when he's sitting in the cave, he is rubbing the tattered piece of Superman's cape. Like, you know how you take a piece of material in your hand and you just start rubbing it with your thumb and your index finger?
There was something physical that was still there that was connected to Clark.
Oh, okay.
Like, he didn't want to let it go.
Okay.
In case he was wrong.
Yeah. Same old bats. I've got work to do.
Yep.
Oh, funeral. Wait, why the hell are the Kents there? Doesn't that give away the whole secret identity thing?
How many times did Superman go and save them? Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, alright, the only...
He's a friend of the family.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this episode happens before. I almost was going to argue, well, Jean has met them, but he doesn't meet them until Comfort and Joy, which happens after this. So I'm thinking, why the hell are the Kents there? And this is a funeral for Superman, Kal-El of Krypton. This is not a funeral for Clark Kent. I don't know.
I think they were trying to go for the whole Death of Superman comic arc.
Yeah, they probably were, but still. Lobo with a bunch of exclamation points. Alright, why don't you like Lobo?
I just don't like him. He rubs me the wrong way, like a really bad Wolverine knockoff. But that, and I just don't approve of him having that name.
But he was awesome.
He was. I will give props for him being awesome in Young Justice, but that's also because he was like preteen. Literally, like super deformed, shrunk, like 5-year-old Lobo.
Yeah, but in the DCAU, he's awesome because when he first shows up in Superman the Animated Series, he's awesome then, and when he shows up here, he's even more awesome because thank God they kept the same voice actor. It's Brad Garrett voicing Lobo.
I don't know. There's just something about him that just makes you go, ugh.
Hey, wait. When Superman was punching Darkseid in Twilight, they tried to stop him so the Watchtower wouldn't lose orbit. But Wonder Woman can throw Lobo around and have him crashing into stuff? That makes no sense.
She's a girl.
Fucking females. Alright. Batman gets slightly emotional, and then an explosion happens.
And then he shuts it off like a light switch.
Yep. Why did I write this down? Fuck you, Calabac. I have no idea why I wrote that down.
Why is he even there?
Of
all people, why is he there? Why isn't he helping his father rebuild?
Well, I don't know why he isn't doing that, but I think it's because maybe they couldn't. Bruce Timm had said in the commentary for Twilight was supposed to be the end of Darkseid as far as Twilight. Darkseid was not coming back, so I think maybe putting Calabac in here kind of fulfills the whole apocalypse thing with Superman having, feuds with them. So I think maybe that's why he's there. I wonder, just how many Batwings has he gone through?
Well, they're disposable. You can just get them rebuilt.
Mace to the head.
We'll see a lot of that.
You need to be quiet now. Car crunching action.
It's like she's training him. Really.
Exactly. She could be a dominatrix in a former life if she wanted to.
Former life?
Well, future life. Fine.
No, I mean current life. Jeez, we have seen her in action.
Yeah. Say it. Uncle. And as I said before in the Secret Society Part 1, I would have to retract that statement. Okay, I was wrong about Secret Society. This has been the best cliffhanger ending so far in the entire series.
Is he dead? Is he alive?
Oh, shit. So what do you got for this one?
Let's see. Do I look like I'm playing games?
Yeah.
Toyman is absolutely freaky. I will say that. Creepy little doll creatures. And this coming from a toy collector. The GL's dress greens, when we first see him put it on, I really was reminded of Parallax for some reason. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. We see another moment where the Flash is the heart of the team and stops everyone from crossing that line.
Well, he stops Wonder Woman from crossing.
He stops Wonder Woman from punching a hole through his head.
Her Toyman, yeah.
We see Kyle. Yay!
Yeah. Now, people, the guys over at World's Finest Podcast, specifically Michael David Sims, he posted an image on their forums about this when they reviewed it. He argued that could possibly be Hal, and I said there's no way.
No.
There's no way in the DCAU that it's Hal because of the fact that Hal doesn't show up until the time shift in Once and Future Thing Part 2.
True. But doesn't Kyle show up eventually in one of the episodes and have darker hair?
He might have a little bit of darker hair, but I'm not really sure. I know he does show up. I think it's in The Return. Yeah, when it seemed like Amazo blew up Oa.
Mm.
Yeah, Kyle does show up.
What else? We see lots of cameos. The Atlantean Royals, Mr. and Mrs. Fate, or Dr. Fate, rather.
Dr. Mrs. Fate.
The black armbands right out of the Funeral for a Friend comic.
Yep.
Story arc. The comments about the membership drive.
Yep.
We see the emotional and heartfelt Batman suddenly becomes cynical suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
At the explosion. This looks like a job for Superman! Oh wait, he's dead.
That's what it was. That's why I said, fuck you, Calabac.
I think one of the best parts was definitely Flash on Lobo's bike. I'm okay! Crash. Really? I'm fine! Crash. That's what I got for this one.
Alright, we are going to move on to part 2 here. Superman regains consciousness and sees the barren landscape except for himself and sections of the Metropolis City that were hit by Toyman's disintegrator beam. Wherever he is, the beam transported him there instead of destroying him. He sees that the sun is red and his powers aren't working. He picks up a signal on his communicator and decides to move it closer to it, salvaging what food and supplies he can from the cars and the street fragments, and then siphons gas into one of them and drives off. Making camp one night, he is menaced by a pack of wolf-like creatures. He attempts to scare them off without effect and then manages to drive them away with fire. Realizing he is powerless, he uses tools from the car to fashion an iron bar into a crude but effective sword. Before too long, his car is out of gas and he is forced to walk. Attacked that night by the creatures again, he kills their leader and subjugates the rest of the pack by harnessing them as a sled dogs for a new improvised vehicle. Nothing like that renewable power source. After a few more days, he reaches the ruins of a city and finds the source of the signal, the watchtower, crashed to the ground. Entering, he tries to access its computer. The computer tells him that the rest of the League's whereabouts is unknown, and then shuts down due to low power. Superman bangs his fist down in frustration and asks aloud, "What happened to everybody?" A voice answers, "They died, Superman, thousands of years ago." A figure appears from the shadows, Vandal Savage.
Dun dun dun.
Savage seems uncharacteristically, uncharacteristically glad to see Superman, and he explains why. The planet that they are on is Earth, 30,000 years in the future. And the entire human race, except Savage and the cockroaches, are dead. Only a few months after Superman disappeared, Savage developed a weapon that allowed him to control the force of gravity. Without Superman, Savage killed the rest of the Justice League, stating that Jon Stewart was the most challenging, and proclaimed himself ruler of the world, but his newfound powers disrupted the balance of the solar system, killing the rest of the human race. Superman is initially enraged, but Savage says he reformed after a millennia of loneliness and isolation. He's come to realize that his obsession with power was meaningless. With plenty of time on his hands, Savage has built himself a luxurious mansion in the ruins of Metropolis, with a large garden and plenty of technological amenities. He passes time by reading, working on various inventions, or on hobbies such as restoring other parts of the city. One of them included the spaceship that he intended to use to explore the universe, but he chose to stay, feeling he needed to be punished. He treats Superman to a home-cooked meal and invites him to stay. Wandering around the mansion one night, Superman finds a time machine, the exact same time machine we saw in Savage Time. Well, the same design. He asks Savage why he did not finish it. Savage says there would be no point, as the machine would not allow him to travel back to any time where he was already alive. Superman points out that he can, since he's already dead, and can stop Savage's destruction of the world. He and Savage work together to complete the machine, but find that they can't keep the portal open without a much larger power source. Savage knows of only one, a zero-point energy generator that he built but was stolen some years ago by a colony of giant cockroaches. He can build another one, but it will take 50 years. He and Superman sneak into the colony to get it back. The battle with the roaches, Superman apparently falls to his death into the pit containing the generator, but instead the device, which as Savage has explained is like a miniature sun, instantly restores his superpowers and is able to get himself and Savage away safely. Savage opens the portal, giving Superman the information he needs to thwart his younger self. Before going, Superman asks what will happen to Savage if he succeeds. Savage tells him not to worry, do what you do best, what you were born to do, save the world. The two men shake hands and Superman departs. Back in the present, while Lobo is crowing over Calabac, Deadshot takes aim at Batman. With a missile, Superman's hand appears and catches it. In wonder, the League crowds around him, except for Batman. Superman tells Lobo he is fired, and the bounty hunter angrily jets away on his bike. Superman says he'll explain what happened to him, but first they have a job to do. The League flies into action with himself at its head. In the future, Savage is sitting alone among the ruins of Metropolis. He sees a ghostly figure of a child run by, then more people slowly. The ruin disappears, and a living city replaces it. Filled with people, Savage sees his own body slowly fade from existence and says, "Thank you, my friend." Thoughts?
Let's see. Red Sun, we did see the Lightspeed bar, which had Flash emblazoned on it.
Yep.
The Super Beard. Let's see. Clark fighting off the wolf-like creatures, throwing fire everywhere, and I'm going, great, way to go, you're going to start a forest fire. There you go, Clark. There you go, Boy Scout, you know better than that. The Watchtower has the voice of Hawkgirl.
Yep.
And when they pull up the list of members, you see Aquaman, so we see who the other person was that was going to be replacing him.
Yep.
Then, oh my god, Vandal Savage. Can't send him, and you can't send him back because it means a giant time paradox. You're insane. True, but that doesn't mean I'm not good company. The fact that the roaches look like giant rhinoceros beetles, and the fact that they have to go save Ray Palmer, the Atom.
Yep.
And I never would have thought that Vandal Savage would be seeking redemption.
Yeah.
Even if he is technically, by DC Comics standards, Kane.
Yeah.
So, that's what I got.
Alright. Yay, Superman is alive. And, you mentioned as far as Clark surviving, I made a note of as far as it really goes to show you how much Kal-El has learned from his time on Earth. Granted, he's been there a while, but, it's not often we see Superman do survival of the fittest type things.
Mm.
It's not like, Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. Hey, he looks like Iron Man when forging the sword.
It's the beard.
No, it's the whole smashing the thing with a hammer thing.
So he looks like a smithy?
No. Should have taken the compact.
Yep.
But Superman doesn't kill when in reply to killing the dog.
Oh, right.
Say, you want to come over to my house? Like you've got something better to do. You already mentioned the time machine. And but I'm already dead. I like how in the flash forward in time, they flash to the Lobo Calabac fight, where in the present it's like death of Superman happened, instead of sending him back before it happened. But then again, you couldn't do that because there would be two of them in the same timeline. Yeah.
And then boom.
Time travel really hurts my head. And then the last one I had was the "Thank you, my friend," because I thought that was a really nice line from Savage.
And he'll never say it again.
Well, we never see him again.
It's the last time we see Vandal Savage? Vandal?
Yes, it's the last time we see Randall Savage.
Okay.
Hey, I wonder what would have happened if Randy Savage voiced Vandal Savages.
The universe would implode.
Yeah, that's funny. I really like this. I think this is one of the better two-parters of Season 2. You had mentioned 2 weeks ago about how we were going to start getting into some better stories, and this is really where it kicks off right here.
Oh, definitely.
It's just great storytelling. The Kents being at the funeral aside, just wow. Yeah.
It was good.
Very, very good. Anything else to say about this one?
Yeah, I don't quite understand how exactly he magically appeared with that white shirt. And after skinning that poor animal, he suddenly has the ability to like tame the rest of them and treat them as subservient dogs. Maybe that's just me being like, what the fuck? It's not that quick to tame something, really.
Well, he did kill their leader, and you know what the old saying is about, things in packs. If you take the leader out, the rest of them will fall.
I understand the pack dynamics, but it's just kind of like, really? It's going to take a lot longer than that to totally train something. And then, what exactly was he feeding them? Was he feeding them, like, the carcass of their
I think so. I think so.
Wow. Okay.
It looks like some sort of chicken or something, but I honestly think it was the dog meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sick when you think about it. But then again, he is on a planet with a red sun, and you gotta do what you gotta do. Couldn't be any worse compared to what Wonder Woman eats in Starcross, but we'll get to that when we get to Starcross. Is that it?
That's it.
Alright, we are gonna move on.
Was that great or what? Let's give a big hand to the Justice League for foiling my bomb plot. Come on! Our show is picked up by all the news channels, and the last 15 minutes or so has been running on the broadcast networks. According to my projections, we've got somewhere between 60 and 70 million people watching right now. And that was the point all along. This whole thing was a stunt to get as many of you watching as possible. And it worked! My royal flush gang provided the conflict, the Justice League brought the star power. And I brought the shocking surprise ending. Everyone watching the show right now is witness to my greatest joke ever. In just over 5 minutes, you'll all be hopelessly, incurably insane. Can't stop looking, can you? I wish I could say it's my animal magnetism, but it's really my little ace in the hole. Different, they called her. Some even said she was a monster. Is this a monster? I ask you. Purely rhetorically, of course. Condemned for something she could barely comprehend, our little ace soon found herself a guest of the government. But even they were afraid of her strange power. Fortunately for them, their nasty little headband made her as harmless as a drowned kitten. My poor Acey. All your life, people have been recoiling in fear from you. Oh, can I relate? Maybe that's why I'm the only one who's never been scared of you. You see, Ace can send out thought waves that alter perception. But enough with the jargon. She can make you crazy just by looking at you. In person or on TV. Even as I speak, millions of you slack-jawed couch potatoes are losing your grip on reality, which in my opinion is highly overrated anyway. But you can't look away, even though you know something's terribly wrong. And the best part? I'm immune to all this because I'm already crazy. Turn it up, baby.
We need to fight. To fight.
Yeah, but I can't.
It's only a matter of time now, a few more minutes and millions of people are going to go... And it's all because of you. The best sidekick a homicidal maniac ever had.
Up next is Wild Cards, and we all know what kind of story this is going to be just from the title. In Part 1, the Joker buys airtime on a large number of television channels and broadcasts his own reality television special from Las Vegas. Oh, serious eye roll. He has planted a time bomb somewhere on the strip, and only the Justice League can disarm it, or else he'll detonate it immediately. The bomb is set to go off in just under 23 minutes. Joker's also planted a large number of cameras all over the city, allowing him and the viewers to keep track of the League's every move. As people flee the city in panic, save for one old woman who spends the entire ordeal playing slots, unaware of her surroundings. That's so awesome.
That's so Vegas.
Yeah. The League, Superman, Batman, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and Flash. Where's Wonder Woman? And Jean?
She's hanging out with her mom, getting some bonding time in because her mom did show up in the last episode. And Jean is trying to do research on Christmas.
Yeah, but he can't do research on Christmas because that didn't happen yet.
Not according to the DVDs.
Yes, I know. Not according to the DVDs are wrong.
Hey, you wanted loopholes? I gave you loopholes.
And Flash arrive on Vegas. In Vegas. I said on Vegas, like it's a fucking planet. Great.
Well, it is Vegas.
Yeah, it is. What stays in the Vegas, what's said in the Vegas stays in the Vegas. Superman quickly locates the bomb with his X-ray vision, and the League is attacked by Joker's own squad of superpowered henchmen, the Royal Flush Gang. Now, in DCU timeline, in the timeline of the cartoon, not when the shows were aired, but the actual, because this Justice League happens before Batman Beyond, obviously, but this is in the timeline, this is the first time we see a Royal Flush Gang. We would have originally seen them in Batman Beyond as one of the recurring villains in that. As they battle the League, Joker explains their origin, a group of 5 kids born with superpowers. They were imprisoned by the government as teenagers to be trained as human weapons until Joker freed them. As the rest of the League fights, Batman defuses the bomb only to find it's fake. Superman scans the strip and finds 25 bombs with just under 14 minutes left. The League splits up and disarms them. Harassed by the gang, Batman impressively manages to talk Flash through disarming a bomb even while battling one of them, Jack. At one casino, Green Lantern and Hawkgirl are arguing over defusing a bomb. The Joker mocks the romantic tension between them and decides just for fun to press his detonator. Hearing a beep, Lantern ejects Hawkgirl from the building just as the bomb explodes. Dun dun dun! I don't have that many notes for this one, so I'm just going to get these out of the way here. The Joker, yay! This will actually be the last time we see the Joker, as far as the actual DCAU timeline goes. We would have seen him again in Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, but again, that happens in the future. I made a note that I really have no notes for this one. I've just been watching it for fun, because it is a very fun episode. This, even though I will say it until I'm blue in the face, Teen Titans is not in continuity. This episode is a subtle crossover with Teen Titans, as the members of the Royal Flush Gang are all voiced by actors from that series, with similarities to their Titans characters. 10 was played by Kari Payton. On Teen Titans, he is cyborg, built, physique, and super strength. Jack, who is a trade-off of Beast Boy, voiced by Greg Sipes, who has shape-shifting. Queen is a takeoff of Raven, who is voiced by Tara Strong. Hey, we interviewed her.
I met her. She likes my name.
Lupus Convoy?
No, my real name is Nax.
Oh, okay.
Or Michael Asternax.
Okay. King, who is played by Scott Menville, who is also Robin in Teen Titans, and Ace, Hayden Walsh, who plays Starfire in Teen Titans. So that's kind of cool, but still not in continuity. And then my other the other notes were not on my show. And I almost said Jean. It's John when the explosion happens.
Aww, it's so cute.
Yeah, I take the same feeling that Joker had. Not on my show. Beep. What do you got for this one?
Let's see. I have got Joker, Heart. That caught my attention. And this is nothing more than the first showing of reality TV. This beats out. Oh, not Surreal Life. The animated show that they had on Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, Total Drama Island and Total Drama Action. Yeah.
No, not what I was thinking. Comedy Central, the adult-themed animated reality TV show.
I have no idea.
Oh, Drawn Together.
Oh, Drawn Together. Okay.
Which said that they were the first animated reality TV. But anyway.
Well, the other thing is, it's funny you mentioned Drawn Together. Tara Strong actually does work on, or she did work on Drawn Together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What else do I have? So after that, I have Harley, Big Heart with 2 exclamation points, and Puddin'. If there's one villain that belongs in Vegas, it's most definitely Joker.
Yeah.
And I wrote down the Royal Flish Gang, because I can't write and see things at the same time. And then Joker's comment about meddling with the kids.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Is this an early Project Cadmus?
Oh, I didn't catch that. Yes, actually, it does go back to that, because it was Project Cadmus who he stole them from. And if you look at the guy that's in charge of that project, the general,
yeah,
it is the same model that General Eiling will have come Justice League, or Justice League Unlimited.
Awesome.
But no, the meddling kids thing is a joke about Scooby-Doo.
Yep. John saves Hot Girl. Yay! With the big honkin' mace. And that's all I have for part 1.
Yeah. This again was, and I think what really got me going on this was that clock. I love that clock. That was so cool.
Yeah. What, you expected something round from me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, I was expecting the Clock King to show up, but anyway. Okay, well that was lost on deaf ears. Alright. And in part 2, frantic Hot Girl searches the wreckage of the casino for Lantern. She finds him gravely injured. She tries to revive him with CPR, and then finally succeeds with an impromptu electroshock from her mace.
I have so much to comment on that, but I'll wait.
Yeah, just hold your comments to the end. Yeah, I guess a mace counts as a defibrillator, but anyway. Abandoning the bomb hunt, she flies Lantern to get medical help, defying Batman's orders to stay in the battlefield. Still fighting Jack, Batman manages to down a helicopter carrying Harley Quinn. Batman plays on her jealousy by insinuating Joker's seeming affection for Ace, the last member of the gang. By now, there is only one bomb left. With only a few minutes remaining, Superman holds off Ten and King, while Flash tries to disarm it, but Joker distracts him. With exactly 1 second left, Flash just grabs the bomb and disappears, incredibly managing to run out of the city and drop it and get away as it is exploding. The Joker applauds the League's success, but then reveals the horrific true nature of his plan. Ace has been has a basilisk gaze, the power to drive people insane just by looking at them, either in person or on TV. The whole bomb plot was just a ploy to drive up the viewership of the program to the maximum. By Joker's estimate, 60 or 70 million people are now watching. And now they can't look away as Ace has them mesmerized. In a few minutes, their minds will all be destroyed. A furious Harley arrives at the studio, inadvertently leading Batman to Joker's hideout. Batman confronts Joker, but is Disabled by Ace, Joker attacks him, literally kicking him while he's down. Batman tries to defend himself as they struggle. Batman plucks something out of Joker's pocket, the mind control headband that Ace's government and handlers use to pacify her. Seeing it, Ace is enraged and turns her power on Joker, driving him into a catatonic state. Ace walks out. Batman is too weak to follow her. Up in the Watchtower, Hawkgirl reports to Batman that Lantern is out of danger. She tries to apologize for disobeying him, but Batman cuts her off, telling her she did the right thing. Hawkgirl goes to check on Lantern, who wakes up and confronts her, saying it's time for them to admit their feelings for each other. She demurs, but can't deny the way she feels. For the first time, she removes her headdress, revealing her face, and they kiss. And then we cut to a scene at the very end, before the credits roll, where the little old lady is getting a payoff from the slot machine, and she says, well, it's about time. And that's a jab at the John and Shira relationship. Alright, what do you got?
Okay. The medical drama that that Joker brings up. Hawkgirl can't do shit for CPR. She's trying to push on his chest. It's not working. Her hands aren't even in the right place. She's not, I mean, did she even try to give the French kiss therapy? I mean, mouth to mouth. And then her mace has a defibrillator built in. Really? Jesus, is there something this mace can't do?
Well, alright, but I could argue that she can control the voltage on it, though.
Okay, I'll go with that. But what the hell?
I know it's still a what the hell moment, because it's like, really? She can do that?
Is the anatomy really that different between Thanagarians and humans? Really? Bitch, learn your CPR. I wonder if Elastic Man ever really has to worry about rotor blades like Jack does.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
The fact that they went to couples counseling. That tickles me so much. So Ace is a Malkavian from Vampire, the role-playing game. She can just put her insanity into others just by looking at them. The fact that Joker says that he's immune because he's already crazy. But he really isn't. Which, I mean, maybe that would make Batman immune as well, because the boy's got issues. But we get to see.
Yeah, but alright, but before you go on, but the thing is, though, with the Batman versus Joker, as far as Joker is truly, he is insane. He is a psychotic killer. I mean, he even says, the best sidekick a homicidal maniac could have. And then, of course, the next thing we know, Harley's breaking down the door. But the thing with Batman, being susceptible to it is, Batman, while he does have his issues and he has a lot of them, he's not a homicidal, psychotic maniac killer. He's not.
Not a killer, but...
Well...
He's definitely getting...
Batman's more suicidal than homicidal. I mean, if you think about it, seriously, I mean, Bruce Wayne, he is suicidal. He goes out every night, fighting crime. He gets punched in the face by Clayface with a metal jackhammer or whatever the hell it was, and he just groans. He doesn't die. I mean, he's suicidal. But the Joker, he is so far gone that...
they can't even diagnose what exactly it is he has.
Yeah.
And he actually enjoys having people try to figure out what it is, but he puts out different symptoms all the time, so nobody has the same...
Yeah.
Anyway. What else do we have? Bat barf.
Damn it, you took my note. But yeah, he almost pukes.
I thought he did, they just didn't show it.
Well, he makes the look like he's going to, but I didn't see any, yeah.
Oh, I thought he made the retching sounds.
He does, but we don't. I mean, we see him making the sounds, and I saw his like cheeks poof out like he was going to, but I never saw anything come out of his mouth.
Okay. Bats getting clocked by Harley, and then the Joker saying, "Wow, I didn't see that one coming."
I like the note that Joker makes, which I've ripped out and I will be using in any future podcast episodes of any of our shows. He makes some weird noise like, "Ooh, technical difficulties." Well, let's move on.
Yeah, I think that's all I've got.
Yeah. I have, well, you already took my puking note, so I have 2 notes for this. Wow, this 2-parter story is awesome. And
it is.
Rut-row Roker, nothing like a woman scorned.
Well, you'll always come back to me. That's true. And then bitch slap.
Yep. Could you let Batman right to my doorstep?
They allowed that to be shown? Really? Wow.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was something I was going to bring up. You've seen Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, haven't you?
I have not.
Really?
Really?
The hell is wrong with you?
I ran out of free rentals that week, actually. I'm not joking. Every time I wanted to rent it when I worked at Blockbuster, I would run out of rentals.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, then. Well, I'll save that for later, then. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one. It's a very awesome 2-parter. I don't really have that many issues with it. I really don't have any issues with it, seeing as how I didn't take a whole hell of a lot of notes. Because it's just that
epic.
Yeah, it's just fucking epic. That's pretty much it. Yeah. So I think we are gonna move on.
Oh wait, you forgot something.
Wait, what?
Hot wing sex.
No, they don't actually show it.
Nope, but it was.
It's implied, but they don't show it. Of course, come next episode, there'll be some sort of hot wing threesome or foursome or two-twosome or one-onesome or something like that. I don't know. Alright, so we'll be back in a minute.
You fly through space all the time, but sliding down a snowy hill makes you shriek like a child?
Each winter, my grandmother would take me sledding in the park. It was the best part of Christmas.
With all respect to your grandmother, I don't see what's so special about the snow. That's clever.
How about this? It's a snow angel. See my wings?
Right. Hey! What was that for?
It's supposed to be fun.
Okay, let's have fun.
Whoa! Lady, you are asking for it.
Bring it on, snowman!
Feeling more festive?
I don't know. I still don't get this whole obsession with the holidays.
And finally up today is Comfort and Joy. Before I get into this one, as we've said before, On the DVD set, on the complete series set, and the Season 2 individual season set, this does come before Wild Cards, but if you look at the continuity between Wild Cards and this, where in Wild Cards, John and Shira are just starting their relationship, where in this, it seems like they've been together for, say, a month or so. So yeah, we are reviewing this last today, and again, it also goes to, they needed a breather, some sort of breather from Wild Cards to Starcrossed, and this kind of fits the bill. So, the Justice League works together to assemble a machine that will prevent two planets from colliding. Their mission is a success, and the League looks forward to the Christmas season. Except perhaps John Jones and Hawkgirl, who are unfamiliar with Earth's holidays. Now, this is broken up into like three different stories and then a conclusion, so it makes it a lot easier. Green Lantern and Hawkgirl. Green Lantern, noticing the beauty of the snow-covered planet, decides to stay behind. He tries to show Hawkgirl the fun of playing in the snow, and they get into a furious snowball fight. She responds by showing him her idea of a celebration, taking him to a rough bar on outlying alien moon. They raise a glass together, and then Hawkgirl touches off a massive bar fight. She doesn't just touch it off, she hits some giant guy with her mace on his hand, and then she passes the mace to John. Yeah.
Here's the loving girlfriend.
Exactly. The Flash. Flash makes his annual visit to the Central City Orphanage to ask the kids what they want for Christmas. They eagerly show him a commercial for a toy, DJ Rubba-Ducky. Oh, God. No.
Tell me that isn't Howard the Duck.
It almost could be. But Flash finds all the stores sold out. He runs directly to Japan and manages to get the last one from the factory. Returning to Central City, he is distracted by the Ultra Humanite, this is the first time we've seen the Humanite since
Season 1.
Yeah, since Injustice Gang, on a destructive rampage through the Modern Art Museum. In the ensuing fight, the toy is destroyed, and Flash, devastated, touched. Flash is devastated. Touched, Humanite calls a truce and agrees to fix the toy and surrender himself. He accompanies Flash to the orphanage. Flash is surprised to find Humanite has modified the toy, which previously spoke rap lyrics and made flatulent noises, to give a musically accompanied narration of the Nutcracker Ballet. I like Flash's introduction. He's like, "Hey kids, Santa Flash is back, and here's my assistant, Freaky the Snowman."
I'm gonna see that every time. Think of that every time I see him from now on.
Yep. And Superman and John's storyline goes as this. Clark Kent insists that John accompany him home for the holidays. His parents, Jonathan and Martha Kent, welcome John, but he still feels slightly uncomfortable. He takes a walk on the streets of Smallville on Christmas Eve, impressed by the cheerful friendliness of the passers-by. Telepathically hearing a little girl question the existence of Santa Claus, John flies up and lands on a roof, reaching down in the chimney to eat the cookies she has left out. His final stop is a church where inside people are singing carols. And the conclusion is Humanite is returned to jail, where Flash thanks him and gives him a aluminum Christmas tree, which Humanite finds surprisingly touching. In the bar, where John is passed out after the fight, Hawkgirl kisses him on the cheek and wishes him a Merry Christmas. And Clark awakes on Christmas Day and listens with his parents as John, who has reverted to his normal Martian form, sings a hauntingly beautiful song in his native language. I think this is the first time we've heard that.
An actual Martian song?
Yeah, well, in the native language.
Yeah.
Between Secret Society and here, the teamwork thing seems to be improving.
The fact that they're all separated? Or the fact that they could save two planets from crashing into one another?
Yeah, the beginning thing. The fact they can save two planets from crashing into each other. I'll hitch a ride with GL. I bet you will ride that lantern. You can do it all night long.
Oh my.
Jean has no holiday plans. DJ Rubba-Ducky. Oh, Christ. Kill me now.
It could be worse.
Yeah. We're no strange. Good.
It could be, Oh my god, it could be Hannah Montana.
It'd have been an improvement, unfortunately. We're no strangers to aliens in this house.
Yep.
Where's Kara? Skiing with Barbara. I love the continuity.
Now, I'm assuming that's Barbara
Gordon,
Gordon. She didn't become Oracle in the animated series, did she?
No.
Okay. I was like, wow, well, if she's skiing, she must have legs.
Damn, dude. That's almost as bad as my hot wings jokes.
Seriously, like, in my mind's like, well, I mean, unless they strapped her to a giant board or sled or something and tied her down.
Oh, God, that's horrible. That's just awful.
Toboggan go! Ah!
I really like the GL Hot Girl playfulness in this, especially the snow constructs. Those are awesome. And Jean, I can grow into it. When he smiles, it's eerie. Especially in that scene. That's just eerie to me.
Especially with that voice.
Yeah. She so set him up. That's just wrong. Funny, but wrong. With the mace thing.
Oh, the things that is that their idea of like flirtation or something? Or
I guess. I don't know. Hey, it's the Humanite.
Yay!
Something that really bugs me about this, Flash would have been much faster than that to avoid the clock. In the scene where he and Humanite are fighting, he would have been much faster to avoid that. Jean acts like Santa and eats the cookies the girl puts out. However, I wish that he would have actually turned into Santa. That would have been much funnier.
Well, his one exposure to Santa was that really ugly-looking mug, so
maybe
it's a good thing he didn't.
Good thing that he didn't what?
Turn into Santa.
Yeah, maybe.
Get out.
Is it just me, or did you notice that at the end of this, when Hot Girl and GL are crumpled up next to the big ugly oaf, that when after she kisses him and she leans to put her head against his shoulder, her right, as far as her helmet goes, her ear on her helmet, it seemed to turn in to his to mold to his shoulder.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was just an animation thing or what it was, but yeah, that's what I got. What do you got on this one?
The ugly aliens in the beginning. They look like little jellyfish.
Yeah.
Green Lantern snowboarding, but he said that it was sledding. Rub-a-ducky, oh my. It's like Zuzu Pets, Elmo, and Cabbage Patch Kids all rolled into one.
As far as the sledding versus snowboarding thing, I think... I
know, it's minor to sit there and pick apart.
Well, no, I know, but what he said was that his grandmother used to take him sledding all the time, so I think with what he was doing with the ring, I don't know, an adult version of sledding, I don't know.
What else have I got? Oh, hello, my name is Jean. I'm a Martian. Hi, Jean. It was like him going into an AA meeting or something.
Or
it's been 3 days since my last shapeshift.
Not an AA, an MA.
Martians Anonymous.
Exactly.
There's there's 3 of them now in the DC universe. So, let's see. Oh, we're no stranger to aliens in this house. Really? Way to go, Dad. The whole him trying to get acclimated to living in the house, and then Kitty, the cat just flips out.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
Flash saying, "Oh, I'll go right to the source," and the words out of my mouth I should be flogged for, but I'm like, "Oh, it's going to a third world country? Oh, it's going to Japan." Oh, okay. Yes, that's not a third world country at all.
Talk about stolen Chinese toys.
Yeah. Hey, Japanese.
Well,
the oh my god parental Xmas jokes. We used to wrap them in lead. Don't you mean Santa? Oh yes, dear Santa wrapped them in lead. And then he still goes down and tries to use his X-ray vision.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hawkgirl likes to hang out in some very strange places. Jean and the Oreos. Oreos are his favorite little guilty pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
There's if people are reading Brightest Day, there's a scene where Guy and Hal both go to Mars to see Jean, who's just kind of, surveying Mars and trying to get back to who he is. And Guy Gardner shows up with this huge box, shipping box, full of milk and loose Oreo cookies as a gift to Jean. And yeah, the ending was very, very touching, and I really felt for Jean.
Yeah.
Because if there's people that have ever been away from their family for Christmas and staying with friends or something like that, and you do feel like a Martian. You feel like you don't know what to expect. You don't know how to interact. You don't know any of the family customs. And you feel bad when people are like, here's a gift. No one in this family goes without a Christmas gift, and you're left going, I didn't really have anything for you guys. No, I really associated myself with Jean in this episode.
Yeah.
And if I associated myself with Hawkgirl, I'd be kind of wondering about myself, really.
Well, I'll give Maria Canales Barrera one good thing. She can burp like no tomorrow.
Wow.
Oh, come on. That was funny.
I wonder where she gets it from.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, this one was okay. It's a nice breather between this and obviously the epicness that is Starcrossed, but I don't know. We need to bring up. Clark said Batman practically begged for Maunder duty, so we all know where Batman is.
Yep.
And Wonder Woman's probably not far behind. Wonder Bat Twins powers activate.
Oh, God.
Or, I should say, Wonder Pig Twin powers activate. Oh, crap. That's funny. Oh, yes, I'm amusing myself over here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, because Lupus isn't finding it funny at all. He's just, sitting over there shaking his head like, what are you, shut the fuck up already.
It's more of a, I don't understand.
Oh, well, Wonder Pig was Wonder Woman's pig form.
And, right. Okay,
and then the Wonder Bat Twins is a takeoff of Wonder Twins from Super Friends.
Okay, I got
just
that.
Combining Wonder Woman and Batman.
Do we really want to combine Wonder Woman and Batman? I mean, we saw the mistake that we got out of combining Superman and Wonder Woman. We ended up with Project Echo.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty then. So, Comfort and Joy, it's an okay episode. It's not the best, but again, we needed a breather between Wild Cards and Starcross. So,
I liked it. I mean, I thought it was very touching. And
yeah, no, it is, but it kind of, I think it's because it's throwing me off, even though we're reviewing it the way it's supposed to be. But on the DVDs, we see it first, and then we see Wild Cards, and then Starcrossed. So. Yeah. That's where it threw me off, because I'm thinking, okay, we go from Hereafter to Comfort and Joy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? No, seriously, because if you watch it in order on the DVDs, at least for me, I'm like, okay, Hereafter, completely awesome, two-parter. Single episode, Comfort and Joy. Wow, they're really breaking the mold with this one.
Well, it is a half-hour episode as opposed to their they're two-parters.
Two-part, yep.
So this kind of broke them in for what's going to happen and getting the timing down for Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, that is true. I can agree to that. Oh, what was that? This is quote number 1.
Antifreeze anyone?
Please, no jokes. Just get her.
This is quote number 2.
You really think you can beat me?
I'm not trying to beat you. I'm trying to stall you.
Stall me? For what?
For what it's worth, I don't think you could have taken Batman either.
This is quote number 3.
Another dead end. I'm beginning to wonder if I might be wrong. I've got some things to say. I should have said them when you were here, but despite our differences, I have nothing but respect for you. I hope you know that. You showed me that justice doesn't always have to come from the darkness. I'll miss... What did you always call it, Clark? The never-ending battle?
This is quote number 4.
Oh, thrilling, isn't it? The suspense is killing me. Of course, it's going to be the explosions that kill them.
Well, we are almost done with Season 2 of Justice League. We just have Star-Crossed next, and then we will go unlimited. Way back in... I don't even remember the episode number now. When we first started Season 2, I believe it was episode 6 or 7, somewhere around there. No, I think it was episode 7, yeah. You had asked about why didn't Brainiac go after Jean instead of Superman? Somebody replied, because I posted this on the Earth-2.net forums, somebody replied, of course, the counter to that is, because remember when I explained it to you, I said the way I could explain it was that Superman and Brainiac are mortal enemies, and then you pointed out that Brainiac is a devourer of knowledge. Somebody wrote, of course, the counter to that is that by the time he's done with them, every planet Brainiac is interested in is a dead planet, which is kind of what I told you as well, because, I mean, technically Mars is already dead. There's no knowledge left there. So he wouldn't really go after Mars. And then somebody else pointed out, if I can find the post here, where'd it go? Here we go. And somebody else pointed out to that comment. Someone says, "Nah, it wasn't the knowledge he was after; it was his body. Brainiac wanted a new organic host body to inhabit. The Kryptonians are, quote unquote, arguably the more powerful than Martians, especially in the DCAU when John gets psychically attacked every other episode." So, yeah, and it makes sense that Brainiac was going after Superman's body. Now that I think back on it, so there's your explanation from like 3 or 4 episodes ago.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for us. Thank you for... I want to let everybody know, be sure to listen to the entire end of the episode, because after the regular JL Season 1, Season 2 outro music, there's going to be a little something at the end there, so... thank you for joining us here on the Secret Origins podcast. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Join the forums, PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus. Leave the show's feedback on iTunes. The last time I checked this, we still have no feedback.
No, we don't.
What's wrong with you people? Follow us.
It would be morally and ethically wrong for me to sit there and edit my own.
Yeah, you can't write your own review of a show that you're on.
Oh, but I can.
Oh, yes, but you can. You've probably already done it for TFW.
No, I haven't.
Liar. Follow us on Twitter. Secret Origins and TFG and Mike are mine. What is your Twitter?
Caminiti Style. CAMINITISTYLE.
For a second there, I thought you were going to say TY.
You know, I almost screwed up saying my own last name.
Yeah, I know it. Become a fan on Facebook. Search GeekCast Radio Network. As of right now, as of this recording, the voicemail line is still dead, so I'm not going to give that number out. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Secret Origins podcast. I wish you'll join us next time. We'll be reviewing the final story from Justice League Season 2, that being Star-Crossed. For now,
dun, dun, dun.
For now, I am TFG and Mike with
Lupis Convoy.
Thank you for listening until next time, and hopefully by Star-Crossed Lupis will actually be well.
Hopefully.
See you, folks.
Batman hasn't arrived. Have you spoken with him?
He's still not answering calls. He doesn't handle loss very well.
Is that him now? I can't see.
I can. Luthor, how dare you show your face here?
Lois,
You've come to gloat. You've tried to get rid of him for years. Are you happy now? Isn't this what you've always wanted? I hate you! I hate you!
Believe it or not, I'm going to miss him too. Though we gather here today, bound together in sorrow and loss, we share a precious gift. We are all of us privileged to live a life that has been touched by Superman. The Man of Steel possessed many extraordinary gifts, and he shared them with us freely. None of these gifts were more remarkable than his ability to discern what needed to be done, and his unfailing courage in doing it, whatever the personal cost. Let us all strive to accept his gift and pass it along as an ongoing tribute to Kal-El of Krypton, the immigrant from the stars who taught us all how to be heroes.
And Superman holds a grenade in his hands like this. So it blows, and he doesn't even move. And I say, "Are you all right?" And he says,
"This is the best part."
He says, "Fine. And you?"
To Superman.
To Superman!
Perhaps this isn't the best time, but we need to consider replenishing our forces.
A new member? Who? Aquaman, maybe?
Metamorpho.
Is Supergirl old enough?
Before we look outside, we should start with family. Batman, this is Diana.
Go ahead.
We're discussing the future of the Justice League. We're hoping you'll make it official and become a full-time member.
I'm busy. Batman out.
Yeah, Aquaman could definitely pick up Batman's slack in the pompous jerk department.
He's grieving. Give him time.
What's with all the long faces, Justice Dweebs? It's like a wake in here. Lighten up. The answer to all your problems has arrived. Since we're going to be working together, you can call me Lobo.
Well, it's about time.